This is KIMT News 3 at 6 in high definition.
A national and local hero makes his final journey home. The body of a fallen Navy SEAL is now back in Iowa.
Rockford native John Tummelson was one of 30 Americans killed in a helicopter attack earlier this month. And today, people from across North Iowa welcome the SEAL home. KIMT News 3's Shane Delaney is live in Rockford. Shane, a very difficult day out there for many people.
You're right, Sarah. He'll be here tomorrow morning and bring with you his final story in this chapter. Live in Rockford, I'm Shane Delaney, KIMT News 3.
Thanks so much, Shane. Well, Tummelson will be buried at Riverside Cemetery in Rockford. Well, on Friday, flags will be flown at half-staff around Minnesota. Governor Mark Dayton is ordering the red, white, and blue to be lowered at state and federal buildings. It's in remembrance of a Navy SEAL from Minnesota who was killed in the helicopter crash in Afghanistan. 24-year-old Nicholas Spihar of Chisago City was one of the 30 U.S. troops killed when their helicopter was shot down. Flags will be lowered from sunrise to sunset.
More than 150 Minnesota National Guard soldiers are leaving home and preparing to head overseas today. They are getting ready for a one-year deployment to support the drawdown of U.S. forces from Iraq. After training, they will arrive in Kuwait this fall. Families say it is hard to see loved ones leave. For the Schultz clan, it means saying goodbye to daughter Chelsea while having 3 other children in active service.
But less than 24 hours later, there are new stadium developments. KIMT News 3's Gwen Seward is live in Albert Lee with the latest. What do you know, Gwen?
Thanks, Amy. I think regardless of football team, most fans would like to see the Vikings catch a new stadium
Gwen.
bell.
Governor Dayton has promised to call a special session if he gets Senate and House agreement on a bill. It would likely include state financing from expanded gambling.
Gwen had a nice catch there, too.
Luckily, not cold and snow in our forecast quite yet on this Halloween, thank goodness.
No, pretty good night for the trick-or-treaters out there, and Chief Meteorologist Adam Frederick is out in it. He joins us live from a haunted house. We saw you there at 5. There were some pretty good special effects there. At least I hope they were special effects.
You know, it's Halloween, Matt. I don't know if they were special effects or not, but there's a lot of scary things that are kind of lurking around in this area. You know, I saw a guy out with a butcher knife. We've got a headless horseman that we'll take a look at here in a few moments. Like I said, there's a lot of things that just get kind of scary and kind of creepy, and you just never know when one's going to suddenly jump up on you like that, like a Sasquatch. Thank you for not killing me, Mr. Sasquatch. Chainsaw guy, and we're going to be taking a look at some of that, and a lot of trick-or-treaters making their way through. We'll take a look at that as well as your full forecast coming up in just a few moments.
Adam, be careful out there.
I will.
All right, thanks so much.
That's my new favorite line now. Thank you for not killing me, Mr. Sasquatch.
Yeah. Hey, it's a good one to keep in mind for sure.
Write that one
The
down.
polls are open, and folks across North Iowa and southern Minnesota are casting their ballots in local elections. Voters in Cerro Gordo County are getting the chance to test a new system. Election officials hope will one day be in all Iowa counties. KIMT News 3's Shane Delaney is live at a Mason City polling location. And Shane, tell us more about this new system.
A little bit more about the system, show you a little bit more about it, and tell you a little more about the voter turnout here all across Cerro Gordo County, Amy.
All right, thank you, Shane. And we'll be checking in with KIMT's Gwen Seward later on in the show to see how the local polls in
are
Austin
still open at this hour, and folks are casting their ballots.
There are races being decided across North Iowa and southern Minnesota tonight, for everything from city council elections to local school district referendum votes. We have reporters on both sides of the border covering tonight's elections. We'll start with KIMT News 3's Shane Delaney live in Mason City, where a new voting system is being tested. Shane.
Yeah, that's right. Iowa is not the only place that is holding elections today. Our neighbors to the north are as well. KIMT News 3's Gwen Seward is live in Austin with a pretty important school referendum going on up there. Hi, Gwen.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much, Shane. Voters here in Austin are deciding on school board candidates. Of course, keep watching this throughout the evening. We'll send it back to you, Sarah, in the studio.
All right, thanks so much to both Gwen and to Shane for their reports there. Polls in Iowa and Minnesota will be open until 8 tonight. We'll keep you updated on results throughout the evening during our newscast and online at KIMT.com.
Snow is making its way into our forecast, and where there's snow, there are snow plows. While the roads might not look like this just yet, the Iowa Department of Transportation is gearing up and getting ready for Old Man Winter. Pete Helmstead tells us they've got the plows ready to go, but he's also urging drivers to prepare as well.
Give the snow plows room. You know, there are so many things to keep in mind.
Other driving reminders: don't tailgate those plows, and if you can help it, try not to pass them on the highways either. That was frightening.
Yeah, I had to kind of like wait my eyes a little bit and see if that was happening on the screen or not.
I don't think that's the scene we're going to be seeing this week.
No, I don't think so. We'll check in, though, with Chief Meteorologist Adam Frederick in the Storm Team 3 Forecast Center. Adam, at least we're hoping that's not the scene that we see.
Don't worry, we're not going to be seeing that scene this week. It'll be a while before that ends up happening.
The United States Postal Service is making a big announcement today that could change the way we send mail. The Postal Service is announcing major cuts today.
With fewer Americans using the mail and revenue declining, the Postal Service could default this month on a $5.5 billion payment for retiree health benefits. So they're looking at many options for changing their services. KIMT News 3's Savannah Reading joins us now from the newsroom. And what changes are we going to be seeing, Savannah?
Matt, for the first time in 40 years.
Good evening. Thank you very much for joining us tonight for this special report. I'm Matt Bradley. Tonight we are looking back on 10 years since the terror attacks of 9/11, and we're finding out how it impacted folks in North Iowa and southern Minnesota. We will have the day's news as well as weather and sports. We've heard many stories over the years about those who were on board the 4 planes hijacked by terrorists. American Airlines Flight 77 crashed into the Pentagon with a Waverly native on board. When she got on the plane at Dulles Airport in Washington, she had no idea 5 terrorists were with her. KIMT News 3's Sarah Danik spoke with her brother.
Matt, I spoke with Pastor Christian Kincaid over the phone about his sister Karen. The Waverly native was living in Washington, D.C., practicing law at a private firm there. On September 11th, Karen was heading to Los Angeles for a conference, but never made it. Her brother Christian is now a pastor in Dubuque and tells me she was down to earth with incredible family values. Someone who kept her Midwest roots close to her heart and who had a strong faith in Christ. Pastor Kincaid says even after 10 years, when he sees these images, it is a raw feeling, still very real. It's hard to forget and impossible to fully grasp.
I still just shake my head at what hatred can do.
This September 11th, the pastor is spending the day with his family with the support of those who understand what it feels like to lose
Minnesota
Karen.
lawmakers may not find a solution for a proposed biking stadium before the Metrodome contract runs out. We'll have more on that story in a moment. But first, for years now, we've been reporting mixed news about the housing market.
Sellers trying to get rid of a home can sometimes be stuck with it for months or even years before it finally moves. But some tips could get you to close faster. KIMT News 3's Shane Delaney is live in Albert Lee with that. And Shane, what's the home selling
Fewer homes for sale right now, which means less competition out in that market, Matt.
Yeah, every little bit helps. Thank you, Shane. In the Albert Lee area, homes are on the market for an average of 200 days.
2 people are behind bars after police say they stole money and assaulted people at a Charles City residence, then led police on a high-speed chase. 20-year-old Leroy Hampton of Harvey, Illinois, and 19-year-old Mario J. Howard are charged with robbery, assault, and other charges stemming from the incident. Charles City police say the 2 assaulted 3 people at a residence in the 1400 block of Grand Avenue, stole money, then took off.
Going green with your blue denim, that is. Now listen to this. Your jeans may actually be hurting the environment, but there is hope out there.
One local company says by washing them less, you can do your part to help, and it could even put a little extra money in your pocket. KIMT News 3's Beth Tuttle joins us now live to show us what we should be doing. Beth?
Well, Matt and Sarah, a pair of blue jeans can consume up to 900 gallons of water in its lifetime. Now that's from manufacturing all the way to wash. Now Levi is telling customers that instead of washing their jeans, they can put it in the freezer because strangely enough, guys, it will kill the same germs that make your jeans smell.
So put the jeans in the freezer. Okay, that's a new one on me. Thank you. Well, Marie at the Good Nature store explains full cotton jeans don't need to be washed as often because they won't stretch like those newer styles that have more synthetic material. Do you put your jeans in the freezer?
No, but I am feeling guilty because I just washed 2 pairs of jeans today. So, yeah, Beth's going to yell at me, I think, when she gets back.
You know, pretty soon we'll be able to just throw the jeans outside, and that'll handle that too.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
Once it gets cold enough, anyway.
All right, well, Chief Meteorologist Adam Frederick is in the Storm Team 3 Forecast Center. I don't know, Adam, are you gonna put your jeans in the freezer now?
Well, you know, Matt took my line. I was going to say you could just throw them outside in a couple of months and everything would be fine, bury them in a snowbank or something like that.
A Forest City police officer pleads not guilty to setting his own police department on fire and taking a fellow officer's rifle.
34-year-old Thaddeus Ellenbecker is charged with second-degree arson and second-degree burglary, both Class C felonies. KIMT News 3's Savannah Reading was in the courtroom today when the police officer entered a plea. She joins us now with the latest. Savannah?
Yeah, Matt, along with pleading not guilty, Ellenbecker's attorney demanded a speedy trial.
In 2010, Minnesota recorded an all-time low in alcohol-related traffic deaths. Those alcohol-related crashes accounted for 1/3 of all traffic deaths, shows that impaired driving is still a problem.
KIMT News 3's Raquel Hellman shows us how area leaders are stepping up to educate young people about the dangers of getting behind the wheel after one too many.
I smell an odor of alcoholic
Driving is a growing problem for young people, especially those in their 20s. In 2010, that age group represented 42% of the state's DWI arrests.